empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
What's
going on, everyone? It's your man, Kalen Lawson. Welcome to another groundbreaking edition of G is for Gentlemen. Do me a quick favor. Let's get some business in order on Twitter. Head over to Facebook, even Snapchat. Go to my website, www.senyorwapo713.com. All social media outlets at Senor Wapo 713, and again, you tune in to G is for Gentlemen, where we celebrate gentlemanly style and culture using style, fashion, menswear as the thread that weaves all elements of a gentlemanly lifestyle together. I'm telling you, we got a great show here today, and I'm like, when I say I'm pumped, I'm hyped, I'm excited. I'm gonna take it back to when we were in college. I'm crunk, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a brother, I got a friend, I got a phenomenal individual, a wonderful creative spirit, great man, great brother, great hut. No, I'm just playing. My guy,
you pushing.
My guy, Greathouse. What's up, baby?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for coming and hang out with me.
Of course, definitely good to be here again.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm excited. You're not a stranger to this show. You're definitely not a stranger to a microphone. So you know, I know you're at home. You're not a stranger to the studio, especially as of late. Maybe the past 28 to 36 months, your address should be studio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's because my guy has just dropped a phenomenal project called Radio. Listen, we're 80s babies, Mike. So we grew up 80s baby, 80s made, 90s raised, right? So we grew up with R&B.
Absolutely.
We grew up. Our folks are Motown era. Our folks are Donny Hathaway. Our folks are Marvin. Our folks are the Four Tops. Our folks are, you know, all that good music that inspired Boys to Men, that inspired Jodeci, that inspired all of the black boy bands and the groups that we grew up listening to, man.
Right.
And so it's fitting that your style of music is an ode to that, especially when R&B as we knew it. No diss to the new wave, because the new wave is rocking. We both rock with a lot of stuff that's out there, but it's our age. It's, you know, it's grown folk music, man. So talk to us, man, and about the project Radio, bro.
Oh man, from start to finish, I call it Radio. I tell everybody this. I call it Radio because I want it to sound like different songs. Each time you roll through a different song, it has a different feel to it. So I wanted to have that base of R&B. I wanted to have that base of love songs, but at the same time, everything have a different feel. So like when you're flipping through the channels on the radio,
right,
it's the same thing. When you're flipping through the songs in my album, I want there to be a little different feel. Because, you know, everybody has those albums you've heard where it sounds like the same song for 48 minutes.
Yeah, recycle.
You know, exactly.
Yeah,
so it just,
six tracks.
Everything has the same feel, the same tempo, the same groove, which is cool because it works for some people.
It works for Drake.
Right.
Yeah, it does. It works for no knock, but for a long time, his records He had 5 of the same songs on his record. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so he's diversified it and grown as into the mega artist that he is now. But I mean, that's just the reality. At one point in time, that's what it was. That was the vibe.
Absolutely. So that's pretty much what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
With this, make sure bring back the love songs. Just what I learned, like you said, from the 70s, from the 90s. And put that into my own music.
Yeah.
And just make sure it's relevant, make sure it's up to date, but still has that timeless quality.
Yeah.
To where hopefully 20, 30 years from now, people are still playing this record and still feeling it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So tell me, bro, how do you feel now that it's out and that we just wrapped your album release?
Man, it has.
Party.
It's been, like I tell you, it just hit me a couple hours ago. Yeah. Everything, I've been working so much and working so hard that I couldn't focus on the fact that this is happening. It was just, I got to get this done, I got to get this done, I got to be here, I got to make sure the band is right, I got to do this. Everything was just run. So now that it's over, I'm looking back and I'm just like, man, this just happened. This just really happened. So the fact that I was able to accomplish something I set out to do a while ago is just amazing. And I'm still on a high from last night. The love shown at the album release concert was amazing. I can't even describe. Like, man, I'm just yeah. I'm with you, bro. I know you're tired. I know you've been grinding. You've been in studios. You've been rehearsing. You've been doing all of these things, man. And I wanted. And when I hit you today, I was like, you know what? Because I didn't have a guest book for the show. Just been crazy dealing with all I had to deal with last weekend. Right. And the week preparing for that. I said, yo, we need to do a recap with my boy, man, because I had to bounce after the event, man. Yeah. I want to tell you, when I tell you it was stellar, it was quality, it was phenomenal. You could not have picked a better location than Match. Yeah. Midtown. I always get that acronym wrong. Midtown Arts and in Theater Center of Houston. Right. Yeah. Out here in Houston, man, it's a phenomenal facility with a bunch of different studios. Could not have picked a better venue, man. The crowd was energy. Shout out to Phil Wave, phenomenal, man. One of the greatest hosts and entertainers this side of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to John Piles, Jay Piles. Shout out to Jack Freeman, man. I just, it was when you have John Piles and Jack Freeman opening for you, bro. Right. Come on. Yeah. And Phil Wade, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I hit Phil up today. I said, bro, you killed it. You know what I'm saying? And so I tell you, it was to be an event.
Yeah, and it was. It was an event, man. The libations were flowing, the snacks were good. When you walked in, you had the wonderful, our girl, the team, man. The girls up front just hosting everybody, man.
I could not have done it.
Yeah, shout out to the team, man. Shout out to everybody that was a part of it. So, what has been your journey into radio? Talk to us about your journey into radio. Not just being on radio, but the project, the journey into your artistry, like culminating. 'Cause I know this is the zenith right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything I've been told has been to be real. Be real and be consistent. That's the main thing that I've been hearing from anybody who's done this before, anybody who's pursuing a music career, and anyone who's got any type of success. They're just like, be genuine, because the problem is people can tell when you're not. And they said they can hear that in your music. You're not able to, you're not able to, I guess, fool the masses. I guess the best way to put it. So when I decided to do radio, I wanted to make sure that every song that was out there was from an experience that I've had. And even Radio, the title song Radio, was actually written by my producer, Sed Smith, and he... the song still spoke to me and was still relevant. I could definitely feel what the lyrics were saying. I definitely experienced, the same thing. And so I used that song as well, but everything else was, co-written by me and him. And it definitely had something to do with my life. So that's kind of how radio came about. I wanted it to be as real as possible. So every song you hear is a different aspect that I've experienced of love. Yeah. So keeping in the same vein, man, how was it preparing for an album release concert? Like give us the game, because we got a lot of gentlemen that are listening that are entrepreneurs, right? We got a lot of cats that are listening who want to do something big, who want to do something out of their norm. Because even though you're an artist, what many people don't know is you rather be in the background. You would rather be like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? You just chill, low key. You just happen to be, God gave you the gift to be able to sing. You know what I'm saying? And so, to put yourself out there we've had many
media talks. So putting yourself out there in front is a challenge for you. So talk to us about preparing for all that last night was, man.
Man, it was crazy. I didn't have. People kept telling me that like you need a stage manager, you need to have this, you need to have that, you need an assistant, you need somebody. I mean, everything I did, I put together myself. I mean, I definitely had
Listen,
help.
you gonna give me some budget for that? How about that? You gonna give me some budget, some stage manager budget?
Right, exactly. I'm gonna have to go up on these tickets next time if y'all want all that. 'Cause when I tell you, I was literally running until about 5 minutes before I hit that stage, like just taking care of stuff behind the scenes. But getting the all the players together for this, like I said, getting John and Jack, that was they've been my boys for years.
Right.
So just a phone call was all that was, but it's still business because this is what they do.
Yeah.
So they still had to be compensated for this. So I had to make sure that the money was right. I had to make sure that I'm pushing the ticket sales as much as I can. Big shout out to Deja Vu PR.
Absolutely.
The
Twins, man. What's up?
Out tremendously in this, and last night I really couldn't have done it without them because they literally came in and they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I got to get this. This isn't no. You go sit down.
Right.
We got the front. Do not show your face until you hit that stage." I said, "All right," and I didn't have to worry about anything. Like they took care of all of it. But trying to do it all by yourself, I do not recommend it.
Yeah.
If you can get a team, even if it's family, if you got people that know what they're doing, definitely get as much help. Don't try to be prideful and do it all on your own. I did self-fund all of this, but as far as putting everything together, and especially the show itself, man, you gotta have a team. There's no way you can do this by yourself and be the artist. It was rough, but I made it through it. I'm thrilled now that it's over, but it was a lot.
You're really getting a taste of that indie artist, right? And actually being able to speak to every facet of the business, because the singing part comes easy. I mean, that's just the gift God gave you. Yes, you practice. Yes, you've cultivated. We're gonna get to that in a minute because a lot of people don't understand the amount of, because you don't talk about it. But I'm gonna make you talk about it today. You dig? You know
We gonna see. We gonna see.
Yeah, all right, whatever. And so, but that business part of it, I think, is where a lot of creatives lose it, right? And I'm understanding it through the by myself, where a lot of folks who have a talent, who have a gift, who have a vision, the X's and O's, you know what I'm saying? The X's and O's is the part that becomes difficult.
Absolutely.
At times, because you just want to create. And so I applaud you, man, because it went off without a hiccup. It wasn't no sound issue, and I know you're big on mics and sound, and it wasn't.
You gotta be as an artist.
Yeah, you do. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't no sound issues. I mean, the venue was top notch, so they have the best equipment that you can get.
Yeah.
But even still, like I said, the team and the fact that, shout out to B Cox, Brown Michael Cox, man, for coming through. Like,
man,
the Grammy Award with a Houston's own. He's always shown you love, but for him I don't think you expected that kind of response.
No,
from him. Because I was backstage when he got you, man, when he cornered you, and you were just like, whoa.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just standing there, just like, man, this is amazing. Because
he's an honest cat, man.
He's super
he don't pull
humble.
no punches.
He doesn't, and he's super humble. You wouldn't, if you didn't know who he was, you wouldn't know who he is.
He's not tripping.
At all.
You could just be like, who that dude pulling up in the Maserati? You know what I mean? That's
exactly.
he got he got money, but it's interesting, man. So I was mentioning about the X's and O's, right? How you really pulled that together, and the singing is the easy part for you. But talk to us about your preparation for the singing over your life, your training. Like, people don't know that you're classically trained, and that you have an 8 or at one point a 7-8 octave range.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Talk to us about that component of it, because people just think I just get up there, I got this gift, so I'm gonna just go. And for some, it's like that. But there comes a point in time when you're on the road for 7 weeks, 8 weeks, their voices, it ain't gonna happen. So talk to us about that preparation and the training that you've actually endured.
Man, I went to in Oklahoma City. I went to the Classen School of Advanced Studies, and that's where I kind of started getting more formal training in music. I was there for the intellectual side, but I actually fell over into the arts. And so I was kind of trained there, and I've had a couple of vocal coaches. I've had some good friends who happen to be singers who give me tips. So I just take from people who are doing what I want to do, or where I want to be, especially vocally, those who can just come in like a Mack truck at any given time and just be clear and on point and no cracks, no nothing. I'm just like, how do you do that? And they're like, this is how you do it. And all you gotta do is ask sometimes.
Yeah,
but
man.
that's pretty much what I work with is trying to learn what I can and from what I've been taught and from what I can pick up from other people who do what I want to do.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I'm telling you, man. Shout out to everybody who's worked with you. I know a big influence. I remember when we first, some 15 years ago, started hanging out, man, and we became close friends. I remember you were trying to insert yourself into a certain genre, and you hit hurdle after wall, after roadblock, after hate, after wall, after roadblock, after hate, after all of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really dealt with it. How did you push through that? Because we had some combos, man. We had some conversations. You were angry, you were pissed, you were hurt, you were confused. Like, how did you push through that as a man, as a gentleman? How did you push through that?
I was determined to be better. I was determined to keep going until I was, I guess, where I wanted to be. Vocally. And you hit these roadblocks for a reason. And so that's why I was just determined to succeed. I wasn't going to let anybody tell me, no, you're not good enough. I wasn't going to let anybody tell me that you can't make it, because you know me and you know how prideful I can be, especially with stuff like that. And I love music too much to not have it in my life in some major aspect. So I just kept going. And that's, if somebody said no, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll find a different angle. But when I finally realized that to myself, I am good enough, and I just had to be where I am. I had to do my own stuff, and it came out pretty good. I'm
telling you, man, that's really dope, man. Because we need to hear those success stories. We need to hear the real. We need to hear the success stories. There's no greater dopeness than the real and the success. And in fact, there's no greater dopeness than KOG and Company, who's sponsoring this portion of the show. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com, and use the coupon code DOPE with an exclamation point for 10% off of exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel at now. Sizes, they're selling out fast. So, I tell you, bro, understanding the trajectory and the journey of those who are striving to make it, because I know what your end goal is, and you're not even at 1% of the end goal where you want to be. And I tell you, we think that we want to reach these milestones as men, right? As men, we grade ourselves based upon our accomplishments, our bread. Those are about the biggest two. You know what I'm saying? What we've accomplished and the bread that we've had. You've been blessed to have a decent career outside of music, right? And to be able to sustain yourself and support yourself, and even support family members and do what you can, right? And now your accomplishments within that field are strong, but within your passion, you're just now seeing that, right? And I think it's really, really important, man, to be able to talk about that, because a lot of brothers, their pride won't allow you to ask. So just giving the game and giving the knowledge, I think is something that we gotta do. Whether it's to a younger brother, older brother, somebody at our level, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so let's go to the music now. Okay. Let's go to the music. So, and this is something I've never asked you. I think I know this. Knowing you 15, 16 years, I've never asked you this. Who are your musical influences / icons? Personally. Now I'm gonna make it different, because I know it's a lot, but I'm gonna make it difficult. It could be 3 men and 3 women.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Yeah, I don't understand. Like,
give me three men and 3 women.
Let's see. All right, so I would say for men, it's gonna be Marvin Gaye. Okay. Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway.
I knew Donnie was in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I knew Donnie was in there.
For women,
that's the one I'm interested in.
Anita Baker.
Oh yeah, I knew she was in there.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Come on, Ella.
And oh man, it's tough. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be a little surprising, but old her, not current her, but old her in her prime. Mariah. She was a
Yes.
beast.
Oh my God.
She was a beast.
Seconds to none.
Yeah, she was a beast.
Vocally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm shocked you didn't say?
Who?
Because I know you're in love with this lady. like let her be single and she come out at you. It's a rap.
Oh, you talking about Jasmine?
No, I'm talking about Layla.
Oh,
Jasmine.
Layla. Oh, come on now.
Yeah, Jasmine is I know.
Layla slid under her father.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
Layla slid under.
that clan.
That's the same.
Yeah,
that's
no
the
doubt.
same voice. It just went through 2 generations.
Yeah.
So,
That's a great analogy. It
Yeah,
is.
It's the same voice.
Same tone, same bravado. She got more acrobatics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think he would have been able to
I
too,
think so,
because
too.
back in the 70s they weren't doing everything
that
they're
was
doing
the
now.
flair. Yeah,
Exactly.
He
But-
probably had it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's how I always describe those two. It's the same voice. Like, we did lose Donnie, but we still have his
He
gift.
came back. And
Yeah.
it was even stronger.
That's the crazy part. We
Bruh.
still have his gift.
Bruh, when you put the Donnie joint in your, I'm a Donnie nut. You put the Donnie joint, I almost fanned out in your set. Like, oh my God, I'm a Donnie nut, bro. I almost fanned. I wigged out, man. I'm telling you, we're talking with Greathouse, man. Here, check out his new single. Or not? I'm sorry, forgive me, my bad. His new project, radio on all anywhere that you can get music.
Anywhere you can get music.
Anywhere you can buy it, get it legally. I'm gonna say it one more time. Legally, the third time for the Holy Ghost. Legally, go download it, go buy it. Buy it a couple times. If I could download it 3 times, I would. But actually, I've downloaded it twice because I got Spotify and Apple Music, so I'm Gucci. I tell you, man, but before we go to this next, let's do this real quick, and let's chop it up with the folks on Facebook. We want to holler at you guys and ask that you subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including, listen now, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher. We're on Spreaker, iHeartRadio. Get at us on YouTube and review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends, and donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. Want to give a big shout out to Jared Greathouse. What up, bro? Yeah, EJ Berry, what's going on? Dorian, I saw you earlier. We appreciate you tuning in. And everybody, Ashley, thank you so much. She said, what up, cousin? My mom, she said, proud of you, Mike. We certainly appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah, the twins. Veronica, what up? Deja Vu in the house. We thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure you go to the website www.thesphere.tv/G4 and Gents, so that you can hit subscribe and get the rest of the show and check out what we're talking about. We got a lot of content we're gonna deliver today. Appreciate you guys. See you next time. So, let's do this. What do you want people to know about radio?
Just like I said earlier, I want people to know that it's real. I want people to know that every song you're hearing has been an experience of my life, some experience I've had with love. So I wanted to put that out there and be as real as I possibly could be.
The experience you had with love. You had with love. Huh? So how many times you been in love, bro?
A few.
That's one of them within the last 5 years. 5 is a safe number.
5 is a safe number.
Mm-hmm. Within the last 5 years, because people won't get mad when you say 5 years, because it could be 5 years ago. So you can
Twice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So listen. So do you write from experience only, or do you write from experience and just creatively, knowing what life and what other people have done, like when you write? Because I know you try to write or co-write all of your records.
Yeah. When I write off my own experience that I've seen with others. So
either first or second hand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, even Forever was slightly inspired by you and Kira, because of that forever type love.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, every couple that I know, it was like, what do they aspire to have, and then what do I aspire to have, and then put that into this, and then we created a
Teardrop. Teardrop. Wow, that's what's up, man. Appreciate it, bro. So let's talk style real quick. How would you describe? Because I know you for a while there, you were rebuilding and transitioning your style. You went on this really dope health journey because
I'm still on this really dope health
but what
journey,
I'm saying
Lord.
is, right. But what I'm saying is, for a minute there, it was like you got a diagnosis that wasn't the business. It was
Right.
like, 32 or 33 years old, however you were. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Absolutely.
and so you went on this crazy health journey, but during that time, you had kind of lost yourself in terms of your style. So now that you're getting, you coming, and I'm gonna say this because I can. Now that you're becoming back Mike, people know you as Greathouse. Now that you're becoming back Mike,
right?
Tell us about your personal. How you would describe your personal style?
I mean, well, honestly, I like to have I don't know how to put it actually in words. That's crazy. It's kind of like it's kind of street, but also casual, fly, like basically Blazers and Timbs.
Love it.
What you saw me in, in last night at the show with the blazer, V-neck, Timbs, and jeans. That's pretty much my most comfortable.
Yeah,
feel.
It's mad fly.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. I think, and I'm gonna put this on air on purpose. I think that Timbs should be your moniker. 2 reasons. Like part of your style moniker. Nobody's rocking them like that no more. So you will be one of the few guys. Like I'm talking period. Hip hop, R&B, movie, act, whatever. You know what I mean? Like cats up north, they never left. But I'm talking about in the game, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Nobody's really rocking them like that. So it's a way to cement yourself. Like when you see the trees and. You understand Greathouse, and there's so many ways to customize them now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You can have fun with that with shoe customizers and all that. But number 2, it's just a good look on you because of your frame. Timbs just look good on you. You know what I'm saying? It just really look good on you. So I think that should be a big part of your branding because I mean I've had the pleasure of working with you in that department quite exclusively, and I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Being able to work with you in that department.
He's my stylist, y'all. He's my stylist. So
well, you know what I mean?
To be asking me.
yeah. So we have a good time, man. And speaking of which, man, I want to give some style tips for what I like to call the giant gents or the mega men. You know what I'm saying? For the big boys, man. And it's a tragedy and a travesty that the apparel industry, that the garment business does not consider the big men, or even just recently, the past 3 or 4 years, with Ashley Graham exploding on the scene, with the quote unquote plus size women. You know what I'm saying? And, in the garment industry, 8 or 10 is considered plus size.
Right?
Kidding me? My wife is a plus size.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. And so thin as she is, and so the same thing goes on the male side. It especially in America, when the average size of a woman is a 10-12.
Right.
Average size of a man is a 38-40, anywhere from 38 to 42. You know what I'm saying? And all they put on the runway is 29s.
Right. Absolutely.
And, it makes no sense. And so I kind of want to, and I know can be disconcerting and discouraging for all of our viewers and our listeners. So let's just give you a couple tips and tidbits. Then we're gonna talk about some brands that you guys can really look forward to as well. Mike can really talk about this because he introduced me to his bread and butter brand. But I'm sorry, Greathouse. Got to keep the branding right. My bad. Personal friend. It's a habit. So number 1, and this is for, it don't matter your size. It's for anybody. But I think it has a psychological effect on a lot of the giant gents, right? And that's to master your fit. Master the fit. Know your body. Master your fit. Now you may be going up or down. You may be struggling with some weight issues, and that's fine. But you can still master your fit. And what do I mean by that? One way to master your fit now is to really start getting into it. And this is what I got you in. Joggers. Joggers can be denim. They can be chino. They can look or even pants with the elastic waist. So that as you continue to shrink, or you may have had a bad month or whatever, and you put on a little bit, the fit still works. Master your fit, because this is the thing. This is the thing that pisses me off. People have preconceived. You can talk about this. People have preconceived notions, Mike, about the mega men.
Yeah.
When they see him in their clothes, like if the fit isn't mastered, if it's too big, he all sloppy, he too big to be that sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Like what does that do, bruh? Besides make you want to punch somebody in the mouth.
Well, me, it don't bother me too much.
Yeah, I mean, you think you guys gift, but yeah.
But in general terms, you just have to, like you said, know your body.
Yeah.
And you can't don't just throw on something because it fits and it just covers up. Because I've gone through those phases, especially when I was at my biggest. Like I've definitely gone through those phases where I'll be real comfortable in some sweatpants and a t-shirt, and it does come off looking sloppy when you just throw on this
oversized
4 or 5X
t-shirt
or whatever, and there's no just shape to it. It's just this big T-shirt, and you have to know your body to know, even if you are larger, you can still be stylish. You can still,
Facts.
yeah,
Facts.
because especially with me, because even at my biggest, I'm still performing, so I still have to look, decent on stage. I can't just look sloppy, and
And an interesting thing about that, even if you're not performing, because we're such a connected society on the gram, on Snapchat, on Facebook, whatever platform you use, you're always branding yourself because you're a public figure. Whether you got 25 million followers or 25 followers, you still have an audience and a following. And so, you know what I'm saying, that branding goes beyond just when you're on the stage. So, I mean, I totally agree. And it just frustrates me that people have these preconceived notions that if you're larger, you know what I'm saying, that that you're sloppy or you unhealthy. Like it's there's so many different nuances to that idea and to those thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Number 2 though, second one, simple is sexy. Simple, like in menswear, we don't have too many options. We got pullover shirt, button down shirt,
Right.
jeans, sweats, shorts, and suits.
Right.
I did, and then footwear. You know what I'm saying? We don't have all of the different cuts and the cutout shoulders and
Absolutely.
the different strings and tassels. The women, we don't have the options that they have. So a lot of times, guys want to get really creative and get super fly and do too much. So that's why I say simple is sexy. You know what I'm saying? Less is more. Simple is sexy. And what do I mean by that? Because of a larger frame, because of your larger frame, some people, it sucks that you have to think like this, but it is what it is. It's the world we live in. Some people think your presence is really huge because of your frame. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing a lot with it with your clothing, keep it simple. You're still gonna look nice because you've mastered your fit, so you know what fits perfectly,
Right.
and you keep it moving, man. Number 3, this is one thing you and I talk about a lot: lightweight cloth. Like the heavy cloths, unless it's like 6 degrees outside, which we're in Houston, it'll probably be that twice in 5 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The heavy cloths, the heavy broadcloth, or not broadcloth, the heavy corded sweaters and things, you can they're really dope, but they bulk you even more unless you know how to slim it, right? They can add size to you. Number 4, this is a good one, especially on the more dapper and business look. Add suspenders, lose the belt. And the reason why, the belt cuts you in half, and it can also push into the belly. So especially when you're up and down, right? If you add the suspenders, what the suspenders do is it creates a vertical sight line. So you focus up and down instead of focusing horizontally, right? So on your suits, add the suspenders. Your slacks, add the suspenders, and then it's just an ode to the old school. It's fly too.
Right.
Put you on a cold fedora like you got on right now,
Absolutely.
with some suspenders. Come on, man. Oh, you're not into the deep south. You're not into the deep south. Number 5, buy a dress shirt, and I know you can talk to this a lot too. Buy a dress shirt with the proper spread collar, because of the neck size.
Right.
You can't have a really pointy small collar. It just don't look right. Your neck swallows it up.
Absolutely.
It is what it is, right? Number 6, something that you've fallen in love with here recently. You've always loved them, but you transitioned and grown in it. That's headgear, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's headgear.
That's because nothing would fit my head.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Even small, my head is huge. So
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so headgear just talks about your commitment to style, your commitment to just being the best stylish and most fashionable gent that you can be. It dispels. It helps to dispel, because you're going the extra mile to look nice with your headgear. It dispels that fat equals lazy moniker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It helps dispel that, which is a bunch of bull, man. Because they don't know James Michael Greathouse before if they think that. But we're talking about these hats. We're talking about these clothing. Maybe you have a brand that you own, or maybe you have a product or service that you're getting established, and you need some place to advertise. Well, guess what? You can do it right here, because we're sponsoring this part of the show. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and the advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the U.S. as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue coupled with your strategic ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Come holler at us. It is what it is. We can get your stuff placed. Because right now, I don't know if you hear in the background what's popping, but I'm taking some creative liberty and placing my boy Greathouse's records in the background. Make sure you go to iTunes. Make sure you go to Spotify. You can go old school and go to CD Baby. Is it even out? Does that even exist anymore? CD Baby?
CD Baby does exist.
Because I forgot what a CD is.
That's funny.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You can go to CD Baby. You can go to Walmart. You can go to. Does Best Buy sell music? I do. Everything's digital now, so I haven't been into a store to buy music in I can't remember how long. But anyway, wherever you buy your music, go get the project. All right, now, last one, big man style tips, right? Wear large accessories. What do I mean? Like put your wrist up, Mike. So his Shambhala is larger than mine because his wrists and hands are larger than mine. If you put on the skinnier ones, it's not proportional, right? It's not. You can't wear a small 40-inch bezel watch. Just doesn't look right. It's just like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You need at least a 50-inch because it doesn't look like a typical 50-inch or 48-inch. I would, bezel on your wrist. You know what I'm saying? Like. Guys who like chains, it needs to drop at the same length that it would for me. So you might have to get a 36-incher instead of the 28. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. So that it'll look nice. The piece might have to be a bit bigger. You know what I mean? The earrings, if you wear them, you might not want to wear anything that makes it look dainty. Listen, that could be the look you're going for. If that's the look you're going for, cool. But 9 times out of 10 it's not, because you understand your frame. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like your accessories should match your size. I wear 50-inch bezels because I have a really big hand. I have a small wrist but a really big hand, so I don't wear anything smaller than a 48 on my watch. Now, this is the smallest watch I have, and it's a 48. And what we're talking about the bezel, the face of the watch is 48 millimeters. So I think that again, it's about proportionality, right? So we're talking about how to wear certain stuff, but I think a challenge is a lot of guys don't know that there are a decent amount of brands that offer big and tall options. It's just hard sometimes to find them in brick and mortar stores.
Right.
But one company that's changing that, and let's talk about some notable big and tall brands, is JCPenney. JCPenney at first when they jumped into the big and tall game, they had a big and tall subscription box, right? You can subscribe to it if you knew your sizes, but it really didn't work that well because men don't really. We go in the shop. We don't want to wait. We want to get our stuff and bounce. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. There's studies about that. But so they've taken, I forget what it's called. They had another big and tall store that tried to compete with DXL. Obviously, it didn't work because DXL is killing everybody in terms of brick and mortar stores. But they actually released a new big and tall push. And Shaq is the spokesperson. What better person than a 7'3", 400-pound brother? You know what I'm saying? The Shaq Diesel, right?
Right.
And so JCPenney, they have they have a lot of the brands they're gonna have Levi, which goes to 60, I think, in the waist. They're gonna have Arizona. They're gonna have a lot of these different things. You also want to check out DXL. That's the one that you introduced me to, Destination XL. That's a phenomenal brand. Now it can be pricey because they carry a lot of high-end brands.
Yeah.
But as men, we typically wear more high-end stuff anyway, and our stuff is a bit more pricey because we're harder on our clothes, so it has to be more durable in its construction. New Balance is another one. You got a few pair that are very, very comfortable and that are flies all get out. Allen Edmonds, that's a dope shoe brand. Again, it's mid-level. You can get them as cheap as you can buy them on sale for like $100, $125, but they normally run you about anywhere from $280 to $350 or $400 in terms of a dress shoe, right? They have some casual sneakers. Robert Graham is a phenomenal shirt brand who goes to big and tall. We actually have one here. He's actually, did you know he lives here? He actually has a crib over in Tanglewild.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Has a crib over in Tanglewild. And so Robert Graham is a dope brand as well. And my favorite fashion house of all time, Ralph Lauren. They have two specific I guess sub brands. I don't know what you call them, brands under the Ralph Lauren house. And there's Lauren Ralph Lauren, right? Lauren Ralph Lauren is blazers, is workwear, really really nice, good prices, especially for Ralph Lauren. You can find them on third party sites for $200. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Polo Ralph Lauren. Polo go to what 5X or something, 5, 6X. Then they have XLTs and all of that kind of deal.
Right.
The talls and long. So as well as Polo Ralph Lauren with the boat shoes, they have the wide sizes. The polo boots have wide. You know what I mean? Old school. Go back to high school. You know what I mean? How many polo boots did you have in high school, bro?
Actually none.
Really?
I did not get any polo boots until after high school.
Okay, so you can get by yourself. Wait a minute.
Mom's refused.
Wait, Kim, like, I'm not paying $150 for these boots.
What's crazy? Well, you know what? I did have a pair of loafers though.
Okay.
The polo loafers. With the polo boot bottom.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the full polo boots.
The boots going up the ankle. Yeah.
She wasn't having it.
I get it, man. Them jokers were expensive. I had 2 pairs in high school. That was it. And the only reason I got them because when we left Dallas, you know, it was an emotional move. You know what I'm saying? Leaving my hometown, and I was in the middle of high school.
Right.
So that was the best Christmas of life because everybody was feeling sorry for me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
under the tree with 2 pair of polo boots.
Nice.
Amongst 6,000 other presents, it was pretty dope. If you want to know, guys, where to visit, like a repository that has a big list, maybe of 30 different stores. I don't know if you know. I've never shared this with you. Go to westportbigandtall.com/brands/big and tall, right? And it's up right now. And then there's easily all of these brands as a list that are big and tall. That really take care of everything from every price point as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll be there tonight.
Right. Okay, I need to put that in the cart. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so a good place to start, guys. Again, a good place to start if you want to go into a brick and mortar store is JCPenney. I'm telling you, because they, you know, those department stores, they have so many different brands, and they have a big and tall section with like 12 or 13 different brands. That's all they do, right? Then you go online. There's another 20 more brands, right? But in terms of a repository of quality brands that you can trust and that you may know, I'm telling you, go to westportbigandtall.com because Westport Big and Tall is a third-party store that only sells big and tall, so they know about the brands.
Nice.
They source their products from these brands.
Nice.
So shout out to Westport Big and Tall. And also shout out to the Houston Housewives of Finance because they are trying to make sure that we are financially secure as gentlemen. That is a hallmark of who we are. Did you know that only 4 states in the U.S. offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million Americans, they don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Please do not become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com and ask how you can participate again in a complimentary, that means free, financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. Now, before we go, man, I got something I pulled out, man. I found. I want to talk about this, man, because I think it's important that we really make sure that we build up the gents, our gentlemen. We build up my listeners, man, and our audience. And a lot of our listeners and audience aren't built like me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm a 34, you know, I'm a thin guy. You know what I'm saying? Most of America isn't built in that size in terms of men. So I found this article, bro, and it was about, it's called Survey Says. And so they saw a clip of Family Feud, right? Mm-hmm. And it had six answer options about fat man myths or big guy myths. In the writer of the article, I'm doing a little bit more research on them, but from what I could tell, so I don't want to give the name, but from what I can tell is they really are, they're psychologists, and they've been studying weight studies, right, and how that works. And so one of the things that they wrote was a response to this article, right? And it was really, really interesting, man. And so the first myth that they wanted to dispel, because these myths all come from the Family Feud game, ding, and the thing turned over, right? And so he pulled them directly. It's a screenshot on the article, and so I'm calling it myth busters, right? We're gonna bust some myths today. We're gonna have some candid talk for these last like 10 minutes or whatever. And the first one is fatty got money, right? Large men are only valuable for their money or their power, right? You know, and that's something that in having played sports, I kick it with guys of all sizes, play football, so constantly kick it with guys way bigger than me, way smaller than me, and still good friends with guys who are used to play ball and used to play ball. And so I've heard that conversation quite significantly. Even homegirls, girl, he's so big, he's so strong, big and strong. Ooh, that's why I like him. Like as if that's the only. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that you provide in terms of dating, because this list is set on the backdrop of dating, dating a larger man. So the myth is 34% of the 100 people that were surveyed originally gave a similar answer, and the writer says it's troubling in and of itself. The myth is something we see play out through various facets of American culture, whether it's movies, politics, or pop culture. You know, the bigger guy is oftentimes valued at his what he has. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Have you dealt with something like that? No. Yeah, well, that's good, man. That's good. I'm glad, bro, because it's really interesting to have this conversation. The second myth that I want to bust is big men only like big women.
That's a myth.
Yeah. Men like women.
Yeah.
Big, small, it don't matter, right? Like we got penises. Men like women that don't have. You know what I mean? Like it is. If you're hetero, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Like I listen. I'm a transparent guy. I'm honest. I have in the past been like, yo, how you get that little fine? I've said that. You know what I'm saying? And as my own, as I've grown, I've grown in my understanding of people and attraction, but I'm American, so I saw what I saw, and I was inculcated with what I was inculcated with. You know what I'm saying? And so it's interesting. It says that we have an example of how people attempt to take agency away from large folks and really people in general. The assumption behind this myth is twofold, where people will only be attracted or seek relationships with one person who looks like them, or two people who society don't deem as attractive. It's very interesting. That's a very interesting take on it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll have to read this article.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna email it to you because what people don't know about you is that's your other side. Yeah. Is that you're a counselor. You know what I'm saying? You went to school for psychology, so you love understanding how people think. But it makes it really good when you're doing the show. By the way, you did a great job, bro. You did a great job because you was working that crowd. Number 3, man. The myth: larger guys are unattractive. Talk to that, Mike.
I mean, I
what he wants to say is, look at
this is such a loaded question.
That's why I did it. Yeah, that's why I did it, bro. Talk to that one, boss.
In general, I think that you have to be satisfied with who you are and who God made you. So you have to understand that you are attractive to someone. So it doesn't matter if the masses aren't attracted to you, because the masses don't know what they want. They rely on society to tell them what they want.
See?
So if you know that you are a good person on the inside, that stuff's going to show on the outside.
Facts.
Regardless of how people think you look, they're going to see who you are, if they get to know you.
Yeah. I mean, and that's just the God's honest truth. We're such so humans, we're so visual, number one. Yeah. I mean, to me, that's our most important sense, right, is sight. Like I think I could deal with not hearing, even though I love music, but being blind, after having sight, you know what I'm saying? Right. If you've never had it, then you don't know what you're missing, right? But that's crazy. But we're such a visual society, and people thinking that too skinny is unattractive, or too large is unattractive, or what, I don't knock people for liking what they like, but don't knock for somebody else for liking what you don't like. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. For being attracted to what, like, if you're not attracted to a larger person, cool, it's all good. It's just we don't choose what we're attracted to.
That's your preference.
Yeah. But don't try to castigate or lambaste somebody else.
Right.
Right. Who does like what you don't necessarily get with. Like that's just
Absolutely.
dumb to me. It's ignorant. It's asinine, right? Number 4, myth. He's warm and cuddly.
That's probably true. That's that's probably true.
That's probably so you want to do. This is one of those air quote positive stereotypes. Many folks who shy away from political correctness try to use this in their blatant bigotry, similar to quote all Asians are smart or all gay men are fashionable and confident. The issue with positive stereotypes is that is the fact that they automatically alienate anyone who doesn't fit in with these stereotypes, or even worse, anyone who wants to be seen as more than just what society wills upon them. So I think he takes a really academic approach and sociological approach to this. But your response is interesting, bro. That is probably true. Why do you say that's true?
Well, looking down at your paper, the subtitle, the subtitle doesn't necessarily. I don't agree with that, but he's warm and cuddly like that, I do believe, because women love I can't say all women because I don't like to generalize everybody, but most women I know love to cuddle.
Facts.
And I'm one, I love hugging and cuddling, stuff like that. That's me. So women have always been like, oh, you give the best hugs, and oh, you just this, and oh, you just that, and this is great. I don't,
Right.
So the warm and cuddly part for me, yeah, that's quite true, because women love hugging me.
So let me make you all laugh real quick. The title of the section says he's warm and cuddly, right? But the subtitle, what he was referencing was, which he said is not true, is that large men are good for cuddling but not sex. Put the camera on him. Put the camera on him right now. Look at that face.
That is false.
All right, so number 5, last one, and then we got to get out of here, man. Mythbusters, and this one is fun. He won't cheat, and the reason he says he won't, the look you're giving me right now, the reason that the article said that he won't cheat is because this is loaded right here. Fat men, I'm reading it verbatim. I don't like saying fat men, but fat men, I'm gonna say it on purpose. Fat men are too desperate for love to be unfaithful. Look at his face again.
I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna shake my head.
Listen, for those who are listening, all that's going is the head shake.
Let me explain to you again. This is the same thing. If you are in a relationship, it doesn't matter who you are. If you are in a relationship, there's always temptation outside of that relationship. There's always the opportunity to cheat. And whether someone cheats or they stay faithful is up to that person. It doesn't matter their appearance. You can cheat when you're big. You can cheat when you're small. You can cheat, cheating is cheating.
It's cheating, yeah.
That has absolutely nothing to do with it.
And I'm gonna tell you what's interesting too, because what it doesn't take, and this is a small portion of the infidelity part. But what it doesn't take into account is that it's so easy to cheat nowadays with the prevalence of social media, the access to different people, right? Prostitution is no longer. Let's just keep it 100. Prostitution is no longer walking down the street.
Yeah,
it's shorty on the ground.
Right, absolutely.
All you gotta do is DM her.
Right.
And she got this Connect Pal, or she got this with these little pay for sites that you can do now. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so that's for like nobody cares about your size when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because it's a business move for the person that's rendering those kinds of services. But I'm gonna forward this link to you, man. It's a really dope article, man. It's interesting that it's something that I think you would love to dig into.
Oh,
and give you some good material to write, because I know you're always looking for something to pen, man. So Mike, bro, give us any last words about about radio, about the project, man, about what's to come, what's next for Greathouse.
And it's just like I told the audience last night at the show, if y'all keep supporting me, I'll keep giving you good music. I'll make sure that, like this album was 4 years in the making before it came out. People don't take that long to make records anymore, except for Sade. She'll put a record out every decade.
Which I saw that she's got one coming out here soon. I geeked out when I saw that.
Right, absolutely, bro, because it's gonna be fire.
Because
she takes time,
and it's gonna be something that we talk about, that our kids know and our kids know.
Exactly.
We knew Sade's first record. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So good music takes time, I believe. You can always have those that you can go in there and just go, because everything just connects. It's all right, that's a hit. Mm-hmm. But I want longevity. So I want, I always use them as an example. I want that Frankie Beverly career.
Bruh.
I want that 30 years from now.
30 years.
I want to
Selling
be
out shows.
selling out shows with these songs. I mean, of course, the more that I put out, but these songs still, and everybody in the audience singing, you know,
of all
every
generations.
lyric. Yeah.
Like when you go to the first Franklin Beverly Mays show I went to, I probably was 23, 24 years old, maybe a little younger than that, in my early 20s. And I looked in the audience and I was like, yo, it's 12-year-olds in there. Like,
Everybody.
he's because
and everybody's singing.
everybody
word for
know
word,
it. Dancing,
word for
track,
word.
having a great time.
A great time.
Yeah, man.
That's great vibes. That's
Yeah.
what I'm about.
Facts.
Great
Yeah.
vibes, great music, great love.
There it is. Great vibe, great music, great love. Listen, I'm Kalen Laws, man. Well, you know what? Let them know how they can get in contact with you real quick.
Everything for me, social media. My website is greathouselive.com. All my social media is at Greathouse Live. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow me on all of it. If you DM me, ask me questions, you comment, I'll respond within reason. Don't get crazy. But
Because you might not want that response.
right. But my album is out, full album. Radio is out on all musical platforms. You can download it, stream it, share it with somebody. If you like it, let your people know about it so they can get it too. Because like I said, if you keep supporting me, I'll keep putting out great music.
There it is. And I'm Kalen Laws. You can follow me on all social media outlets at Senor Wapo 713. That's SENORGUAPO 713. Holla at your boy. Raise your glass, man. You know how we get it. You know how we do it. You can keep it gangster or you can keep it gentlemanly. But always keep it G. Till next time.